What's up? Today I'm talking about my hypnotherapy journey in the cause of healing cancer. Yeah, we'll go with that. I wanted to start hypnotherapy because I knew that there was a level of fear, worry, stress and anxiety that I had in general, for one, before I even found out that I was sick. And then you add that diagnosis on top of that, and you've got just a shit show of fear and anxiety for the future, basically, because all your future thought goes into natural things like am I going to die? Am I going to survive this? How curable is this? What type of life am I going to live? Am I going to be there for Courtney? Am I going to be there for my unborn child? And all of those things that are completely natural responses, 100% natural fear responses within the brain. And I knew that I had to curb those responses in a way to make them, I guess, positive and make them natural and make sure that they're there because they need to be there, but don't hang off those type of fearful predictions as to what's going to happen to me, because all you have to do is look at any type of placebo blind study that's ever been carried out within science to show that the mind is one of the most powerful healing mechanisms in itself. But you got to make sure that the mind is in a state to be able to heal, and I knew that's something that I was lacking completely because of everything I had going on around me with my business and my life, and the fact we were having a baby, and we just moved house, and we just did all this stuff. We were just like go, trying to sort our life out, because the last 3 years Courtney and I have just been working towards goals that we've had, and we've had lots of failures, we've lost money, we've had stressful times, all this sort of stuff, and it's come full circle, and we've learned a lot, but it took a massive toll on my health. And I think ultimately the stress of that whole situation probably also contributed to the situation I'm in. And I want to explain a little bit more about that, because your baseline of your level of stress has so much to do with your body's healing mechanisms. And what I mean by that is you have your nervous system, which helps control all your fight or flight mechanisms and your hormones, all this sort of stuff. And you have your say if you've got a baseline, this is your baseline of calm here. You've got your parasympathetic nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system, which controls all the on switches in your body. And then when you calm down and you come below this line, you have the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls all the slowing down and switching off mechanisms in your body. And this state right here, this parasympathetic nervous system, or the brake for your body, is so important for healing, for stress reduction, for the body to just get back to its point of homeostasis and healing itself and doing what it needs to do. And when you live in this constant go environment up here all the time, you're never getting to that point. And that's, like I said, why I think I've got to this situation. I had stuff going on in my body, but I was never getting down to this healing mechanism. And that's part of what's contributed to what's going on, obviously amongst a whole bunch of other things. I wanted to make sure that I was getting to this baseline of calm, and then below that situation where, because I found I started to meditate. I have a good friend, obviously I mentioned before, Hassam, who's helped me with a lot of guided meditations, but I started to feel as if I wasn't even getting to a relaxed enough point to be able to even sink in any of the details that I was telling myself from this meditation. And I needed to get rid of like a layer of fear and a layer of anxiety, because I found like I was sitting there trying to calm myself down doing these guided meditations, and I was just going nowhere. Like I feel like my blood pressure was still up, and I feel like my mind would just wander too fast. And I thought I need to change. There's something I need to change here. I've just got this baseline of shit that I need to deal with, and I need somebody to get it all out for me. And obviously I wanted as many perspectives as possible. Like a hypnotherapist is a little bit different to meditation in the way that they sort of deal with your mind and help you kind of release things out of there. So I'm going to go through some of the main mechanisms as to why I thought it was important and what those few basic steps are and how they've helped me, because it's honestly worked wonders for me in the last 3-4 weeks. Anytime I get a chance to just get to this state of calm, like any type of worry goes away. I actually feel better physically as well, because I feel like my body's getting that chance to heal, and it's just helping me deal with my mood a lot better as well, because you go through spurts of being angry, you go through spurts of being upset, I go through spurts of being shitty because I feel like crap. When you feel like crap, and someone asks you something and I'm like, oh, I'm alright, just leave me alone. So all those things which help, it helps, because then, our relationship stays better. It's not as much stress on me and Courtney and my family when I'm less shitty and I'm more calm. And the more calm I am, the more calm the people stay around me, which really helps support through your healing process. Step number 1 is getting your baseline of calm, like I said. So I have a meditation that I do through the hypnotherapist, without giving away all his secrets, but I highly recommend that you go and see a professional to help you just get the basics down pat. I have meditated for a long time, and the reason I immediately knew that hypnosis was going to be the best thing for me is because the type of meditation that he and I did in this hypnosis process is something that I used to do years ago when I was overseas, and it was a body scan that got me so deeply relaxed that it completely changed my thought pattern, completely changed the way I acted and the way I felt, and that ultimately completely changed my lifestyle from the person I was to the person I am now, that was able to leave my job, come home, start a business, live the life that I wanted to live. Not that it all went to plan, it's a bit rocky in the whole process. If you've done it before, you'll know, but it completely changed my thought pattern and the type of person I was. And as soon as I did this first exercise with this hypnotherapist, I was like, this is what I have been missing. And it's basic. The first basic thing, 20 minutes you sit there and you concentrate on the breath going in your nose and out your nose. Your mind is always going to wander, and as soon as it does, you just bring your focus back to your nose. Just in your nose, out your nose, in your nose, out your nose, for 20 minutes straight. You can do that at least once a day. I try and do it twice a day. You get to a point where you're just so calm and relaxed that by the time you finish it, you just come out a completely different person. And that's just step 1, without any type of guiding, without any type of suggestion, anything. Is just in the nose, out the nose, in the nose, and when your mind wanders off, you just bring the focus back to here. If you can try and do that once or twice a day for indefinitely, even just during the day, concentrating on your breath, having deep breaths in all the way down into your body, and then deep breath out, make the out breath a little bit longer than the in breath. Focus on that as many times as you can during the day is something else that I've been doing, just randomly, like every hour or so I'll be like, just as many times as I can. And it's just keeping this baseline of calm, and I feel it. Like, I know that I'm getting into that relaxation state. I know that my body's getting into that healing state, and my mind's better and my mood's better. It's just a basic thing. Just breathing. Step 1. Relaxation is one of, obviously, calm and relax, pretty much the same thing, but relaxation entirely of your body is really important to get to that calm state. So other than the breathing exercises to get down to that calm state, if you want to do it as a separate exercise from breathing, or you do it as a maybe the beginning of your breathing exercises of concentrating going in and out of your nose. I do them separately though. There's a relaxation tape that I listen to, and it's basically like a body scan. So you body scan from your tips of your toes all the way to the top of your head, including going over your face and relaxing all your jaw muscles, your facial muscles. Make sure your shoulders are dropped, and really making sure that every single ounce of your body is super relaxed, because then you're sort of guaranteeing, as well as mind and body, you're in that relaxation state to get into that healing mode. And when you get into that healing mode, your parasympathetic mode of everything being absolutely relaxed, you come out the other side of that just feeling $1 million, because you never really know. It's the jaw that gets me. Every single time I do a body scan to relax, it's not until I get to the jaw and I let my jaw drop and relax where I realize, oh, okay, I haven't been relaxing every single muscle in my body. You know, you feel like you are, but your shoulders might be up a bit, your jaw might be tensed a little bit, and it's not until you get every single little ounce of every muscle relaxed, then you know you're getting into that calm state, which is really super beneficial. So the breathing, big thing. The body scanning is the other big thing. Then you're in that complete state of relaxation. Now this is one of the biggest ones for me, which is letting go and feeling free. And what I'm referring to is past thought and future thought, because we have a lot of attachment to the people that we are, the person that we have been, and we have memories about ourselves and ideas about ourselves, maybe of how we've lived our life and situations that we've been through, maybe judgments on ourselves. And for me, as a perfect example, for me, leading up to this point where I've been sick, I took a big step back and looked at myself and thought, how have I been talking to myself and my body for the last couple of years? And because I had a lot of issues with my immune system on my body when I was a kid, I had osteoarthritis and autoimmune issues, and you know, it's no shock that this has turned into something like Hodgkin's lymphoma, which has a lot to do with your immune system. I already had immune issues, and I used to be really super resentful of my body, the way I used to talk to myself, like, you know, why have I been stuck with this body? I have to deal with this arthritis, I have to deal with this pain, why do I get sick all the time, why do I have these food allergies? And there's a lot of resentment towards my body. Sorry about that, I got a phone call before, ended up in a longer conversation than I'd hoped, so I just had to come home, get something to eat, and I guess continuing talking about past and future issues. And like I was saying with the resentment towards my body, that's something that I recognize but I have to let go of. It's really important aspect of this situation is, I guess, feeling free. And I have a guided tape from my hypnosis or hypnotherapist about freeing yourself. And I believe part of that is freeing yourself from past thought, but also future thought, because like I've said before, future thought has a lot to do with your anxieties and thinking about what will happen in the future, what might happen in the future, what might not, thinking about your health and your well-being. But and I've said it before, the past has already happened and there's nothing that can be done about it, and the future is something that does not yet exist. So you know, obviously we can manifest things in the best way possible, but you know, a manifestation of fearful thoughts is also something you don't really want to have to tackle with. But like I've mentioned previously, part of the whole journey is realizing that your fears and anxieties and everything are a completely natural thing, and the more you try and fight those with positive thoughts, the better chance you have of losing that battle, and then you create an anxiety or a fear of the anxiety or the fear that you're trying to battle in the first place. So rather than just trying to fight those things off, saying I can't think negatively, think about it more as a natural reaction that's just going to happen either way, because that's what's inbuilt into our subconscious, that we're going to be fearful of things like, you know, getting sick, getting, you know, thinking about death, all those sort of things. And especially in a situation where you use the word like cancer, it's something that really hits home pretty hard. But you have to take the word away from the situation and really figure out what's going on. And what's going on is it's something you have to try and heal yourself physically, emotionally, and medically. So freedom, feeling free, it's kind of the last step. And it's just about, you know, being in harmony with your body and just realizing that Anything that has happened and anything that will happen is not in your control, and the only thing you can control is how you feel right now. So getting to a place where you feel good right at this very moment is the best way to control the situation, and I do that through these calming and relaxing exercises and just letting go of the past, letting go of the future. And basically it's alright to have a good future outlook, like to manifest something, of course, but you never know what's going to happen. So the longer you spend your time in appreciation and gratefulness for how you feel in this very moment, and the fact that you can even control that, 'cause some people don't even get that opportunity with life. So that's one of the most important things. I hope this wasn't too boring of a rambling about hypnosis, but I had a few people ask me, and there's just a few reasons why I kind of wanted to get it done, is to get my sort of baseline level of calm. I'm about four how many days now? 4 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is my 5th day post 3rd chemo. Today's a shit day, but I will say that I've actually felt better than the previous 2, so that's a good thing. Usually around today, like sort of day 4, 5, 6 is the worst after the cycle. So this is what I do. I'm not getting out and doing anything fun and adventurous. Went for a drive this morning, and it's when I was doing the video in the car, and now it's just trying to relax and stay cool and not be sick. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, any support in the links below, GoFundMe and PayPal, anything's much appreciated and helps our journey towards wellness. Thank you.